Hey guys, I'm Alio.
I'm Shanique, and this is Shaji.
So, we decided to quit our jobs in London to travel the world full time.
And live a freedom lifestyle. We wanted to share our journey with you, so welcome to the family. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to FroFamilyTravels YouTube. Thanks for joining us again. Today we just wanted to, I guess, introduce why we decided to travel full time. It's one of the main questions I think we get on a regular basis. So I just thought we'd put it out to the public, kind of why we decided to go on this journey. I've written down some notes, so excuse me if I look down a few times. I think the main thing for me when I kind of first realised that I wanted to travel full-time or live abroad was two separate occasions. First was while I was at university. I remember hearing about people that went travelling as part of their studies, like maybe they did a year abroad, and I was like, wait, this is an option? You could do this? I didn't know it was a thing. Like, I just thought you were supposed to go to university for 3 years and graduate and then just start normal life, whatever that means. But yeah, I remember hearing like people were like, yeah, I'm taking a gap year, or I've just come back from a year out, and I'm like, we could do that? I didn't know we could do that. I so would have done that if I knew that that was a thing. Yeah, and so then I was like, I would have always, because I had this thing about the US. I was young, allow me. I always wanted to live in America. Thanks, babe. Yeah, I did. So I would have probably have chosen to go to the US for a year. But just the idea of just new experiences, new cultures, I was always for it, and I just didn't see that there was a way to do it though. So I just kind of never left it. I just thought maybe it's not supposed to happen. And then, you know, we met. I've always travelled kind of throughout my life. I grew up, my mum's a singer, sings across the whole world, so travel has always been a part of my life. We met, we started travelling together, and I think the more we travelled together, and I was travelling with friends still and my family, and I felt like I was going away, like sometimes I was going away like 3-4 times a year. And it was like, every time I came back, I was searching for like the next opportunity that I could get away. I always came back wanting to go away again. Then it was just like, I don't think I'm supposed to live in the UK. Like, I think I'm supposed to live abroad. I just didn't feel like London was truly my home, and I wanted to have a different experience. But then we got married, you know, and then you start talking about kids, and it was like, maybe I missed the boat. Maybe this isn't supposed to happen. But you know, deep down, like I remember like nagging you, like at work, and kind of stumbling across like other people that were doing it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are traveling full time. We could do this. Yeah. But I also want children. But I still want to travel, and it was kind of being torn between, should we settle down and focus on starting a family, or should we travel for a while and start a family later? And then it was kind of, you were just like, why not both? Exactly. Who says that it has to be either or? Exactly. You know, and I was like, but babies are supposed to have stability. How do you travel around the world with a baby? And I think at that time, I was seeing a lot of people traveling, but it was young couples or young people, like a lot of solo travel. It was rare that you would ever see a family traveling, and I'm like, no one's traveling with children.
But if they're traveling, it's usually older children.
Yeah, that too, with a baby. Yeah, you don't see generally families traveling with a baby, especially melanated families as well. I was like, I'm not seeing no black families traveling. It's not possible.
Especially from the UK as well.
That too, when you add that.
Or even from the islands.
Exactly. American cousins love you and all of that, but yeah, like from the UK to get our kind of perspective, and you know, things work slightly different in the UK. We didn't see that at all. So kind of my mind was just like, no, it can't be possible, and you were just like, why not?
I mean, I guess because I have a certain different type of mentality, and you know, Jamaicans have a certain mentality like, if I go do something, they can't stop me. So regardless, that's why we're so, in a sense, it's our strength and weakness. We're stubborn. So if we want to do something, ain't nobody can stop us.
Yeah. So yeah, then we just kind of just set the date, gave ourselves a year because our lease was ending on our flat. We managed to get a really good scheme, and we had, our rent was like crazy cheap, considering it was like out of London. We were paying like £600 a month, which is near impossible to find in London. But that was coming to an end. We had it for 5 years and it was coming to an end. And it was like, if we started looking at like 2-bedroom places because we were going to have the baby, but you were looking at like £1,100-1,200, which is like double what we had been paying. And it was like, this doesn't even seem worth it.
Yeah.
And so then it was like, well, why not? Let's just give this a try. Our lease ends. It was March 2018. My maternity leave would end March 2018. So the timing, we could tell you some stories. The timing of everything just seemed perfect, too perfect to not give it a try. So we just kind of set the date. This was the date. We're leaving the UK, and then just went to work.
True that.
Yeah. So that's the main reason. After that. I think the weather in the UK is another huge factor. It's just depressing.
Oh God.
I can't. I just remember going to work and just being sad, just looking outside and it's grey and rainy and ugh.
There's a song by a Jamaican artist called Agent Sasco. The guy have a song that's called J.O.B. and it's in like a reference to a Bible character, Job. I used to put on that song every single day, walking out when it's dark, and my mom's like, I need this J.O.B. to get me through this J.O.B. Oh, and I was going through the shopping center, clickety clack on my heels, you know, and just singing this tune just to work myself up to get into the right mentality of going through the process of leaving home when it's dark and going on a train, waiting amongst fronzy ass people, molly armpits, to going on the train to smell some bad breath people, and then people who partner beer for 3 days. And when the train swing that way, as people order just swing upon you like, Lord, give me strength. Never get strength. Anyway, I didn't like the idea of leaving home at night and returning at night. That almost feel like I'm in prison and I'm allowed to only get 1 hour, which is lunchtime, which I always leave my desk to go and walk for an hour. Feels like a prison. So I'm coming from a culture, you know, in Jamaica, which part, in a sense, everything is like outdoors. And I never really, you can't be jungle. I never really took to the British culture. That's why my accent is still there. You know, for one. I mean, I got everything from the UK that I wanted to. You know, and if I choose, I can switch it up to Queen's English, because we Jamaicans know to speak the spoken. Those who learn English properly. So I just didn't like the idea of being boxed in. I think it's a form of slavery nonetheless, because you work in the mill, and it's a slavery that's not physical but more mental. That's what Bob Marley was talking about, in emancipating your mind from it. You know.
I was going to say, and I think for us, I think the intention was never to stay in the UK anyway.
We're talking based on, you know, the Windrush people. I mean, you know, we're talking about you. You weren't supposed to stay in the UK.
I didn't even mean that. But
We are basically living out your dream.
But I was going to say, just us as a couple, like, we talked about moving abroad and living abroad. Like, living in the UK was never supposed to be like a permanent thing for us. But I think it was just a matter of when. And for me, it just came, it was just like, why not now? Why not now? Why wait? Most people are like, yeah, I'll move abroad, you know, after I retired. And I'm like, who says we have till retirement? Like, these days, life is for living. You have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. If any of us are going to wake up tomorrow.
This conversation here.
So why not now? So why not now? And it was just that, like, I just felt like we were seeing people like left, right, and centre. I had friends that were being made redundant. People that were passing away that were young, and it was just like, wait for what? We don't know if there's a tomorrow, so live for today. Let's like, if there's anything you want to do, we're going to do it right now. Face the fear and do it anyway.
Standard.
Just do it.
Standard.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm Jamaican, so I'm used to the outside.
Right.
And being in England and having a number of jobs in different sections of the industries, whether it's construction or labor work, or, you know, I've never felt comfortable in the UK. I have my earliest memory in the UK being cold and without personality. I was actually lost one time. I was trying to come back home one time. Like, where do I go? Every single building look the same. There's no personality. I'm coming from a place where people paint them house red, black, white, blue, pink, any color. Some personality, man. It's as cold and as bland as their food, and the people them too. It's true though, but it didn't fit me. It didn't fit me. I always felt a bit out of place, honestly. I mean, I'm grateful for some of the people that I met there. I'm grateful for my mom bringing me to the UK, but I listened to my grandmother, and my grandmother said to me, get your education. Once you get your education, then you can do whatever you want to do with your life, but just get your education started. Did that, and then started businesses, met the Empress, and we're doing it at the Moors.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The UK is just expensive.
Oh God.
Like, unnecessarily. Like, and I feel it more the more we travel as well. I'm like, when we come back to London, it hurts. Like, it pains me to go to a restaurant and spend £30. You know how long that lasts us in Thailand? Even here in Mexico. Like, that's a whole week's worth of us eating out every day for like £30. So yeah, it's just crazy expensive, and it just felt like we were working so hard
to pay bills.
To basically pay bills.
I was working hard to put the money in my pocket.
Yeah.
To allow you to take your hands and put it in my pocket.
And even, I mean, we were doing okay. By the time we left, we were doing fine. We were doing well. But that was based on us having really cheap rent as well. So that our circumstances were about to change. It's just so expensive, and the amount of hours we had to put in, and I was running the business. The businesses were running basically full time on top of
labourers as well.
And that's the thing, and I felt like I just didn't have, like, I wasn't even giving Taji by now. It was like 6-9 months. I was, after she was born, 3 days, I was back working on the business, and it just felt like I wasn't giving her, the time, myself, that we deserved. And something had to give, and it was the UK, basically. We decided that, you know, we're not exactly where we want to be yet, far from it, but why not? You know, if you're going to be on a journey to financial freedom,
why not be somewhere where it's hot?
Mexico is not a bad place to do that.
Why not be somewhere it's hot? Taco.
When you can,
$1 taco.
That's what I'm saying. When you can live on less than £1,000 a month.
Man.
Less than £1,000 a month. Where in the UK can you do that? So if we can live on £1,000 a month
Everything.
and potentially
And
save
that as well.
£1,000 a month, we're so much better off doing it this way.
And bear in mind that the UK, the weather make you feel grumpy. The people that represent the weather, grumpy and moany, miserable all the time.
Yeah, that.
But when they go into countries where it's hot, Benidorm, think about Benidorm. British people love Benidorm. Then jolly not true.
Yeah, even in the UK in summer,
Summertime.
people are different.
Yeah.
I remember like the Olympics 2012. Everyone was,
Oh
because
my
I remember it didn't rain
days.
for like the whole of the
Conspiracy.
Olympics. Yeah. Anyway, it didn't rain for the whole of the Olympics, and everyone was like the happiest I've ever seen them. Look, us as melanated people, we are powered by the sun. We literally need it in our lives, and living in the UK, I think, starves us of our energy, basically, and our ability to thrive as well. So. Yeah. We decided to go on this journey and bring you guys along with us. And for me, every opportunity that we come across, especially financially, because I think one of the reasons that most people don't achieve their goals is because they don't have one of two things: time and money, which ultimately usually just comes down to money. Because in order to have more time, you need
I'd say
more.
3. Time, money, and support. Because some people just afraid.
Okay, yeah, true.
When somebody have support, all right. The greatest thing a man can do for a woman is support her and believe in her. Greatest thing. Buying her pearls or buying all this, yeah, nice material thing, nice. But support a woman, a woman will go above and beyond for you. You go down which part, see it on there, go kicking backside and come back up.
So yeah.
In other words, if you didn't understand me, I said that the greatest thing a man could do for a woman is to support her and believe in her. That woman will turn the world upside down for you and kick Lucifer's, if there's a Lucifer's, ass for you and come back. Trust me, support is
It is key. It is important. Support, time, because most of us just need more time in our days to be able to get what we want done. But ultimately, the way we get more time is usually earning more money. So that is why I've chosen like FroFamily. It's about sharing our journey, but I also do any opportunities or anything that I come across, I share that with you because I think it could be beneficial.
Plus, there's enough space, time, money, people in this world for everyone to grow. Like, just think about this for a second. And thrive
as well, not just survive, to thrive.
It was programmed in us for a number of years, lots of years, that if you have a great idea, you should keep it to yourself. Hold that thought. An idea is not even your own. Because check it, if you have an idea, right, and you don't do anything with it, haven't you seen your idea in reality before? It's just passing through based on your frequency that you're vibrating at. And if you do something with it, amazing. You think that only one person had the idea to build a hotel? Look how many hotels there are, and they are thriving. So it's all about sharing, because everybody can levitate, and everybody can grow, everybody can win. Competition? What else?
What competition? On that note, so for those of you that follow on Instagram and our Facebook page, you will know that we've been doing we started a 6-week Make Money Challenge, or 6-week money challenge, where I am sharing for 6 whole weeks, 42 days, 42 different opportunities and ways that you can make money online. Almost all of them are things, I think all of them actually are things that we have done ourselves in order to make money or save money. I've challenged myself to make an extra £750 in those 6 weeks, and a number of you have joined us in that challenge, varying amounts from £200 right up to over £1,000 in the 6 weeks you're trying to achieve. So if you haven't already, you need to click the link below and get involved. So many of you have started and seeing the benefits and the rewards already, which I'm so happy about, because this is what it's about, sharing.
And also let us know how you're doing, because we are very personable, and you can see that we have this, like, our name is FroFamilyTravels. It's not just our family, because we see you as our extended family.
Yeah.
You know, we believe in sharing, we believe in growing together. You might know something that we don't, and we will appreciate it.
Yeah.
Get in touch, you know.
Yeah,
We don't bite,
absolutely.
but
No, if there's something that you're aware of that's working for you, and I haven't mentioned it, let me know. I will happily check it out as long as it's legit. And I think it's all good. I will definitely share it. So join the challenge. I also wanted to introduce to you which will be today's challenge. Today's opportunity is match betting. For those of you who have never heard about match betting before, the simplest way to explain it is strategic betting, I guess. It is not gambling, because in gambling,
folks, listen up.
In gambling, you're taking a risk. You're placing money on a certain selection in hope that the selection will go in your favor. With match betting, whichever way the event turns out, win, lose, or draw, depending on what the event is, you win. You win money, basically. And the way that happens is bookmakers, could name loads of them: Ladbrokes, Sky Sports, Betfair, I said Ladbrokes, William Hill. There's loads. There's loads, literally. There's like over 100 of them that exist in the UK alone. So what happens, in order to entice people to join their platform, they usually send out offers like for you to join. So say, for example, they will say, if you bet £10, we'll give you a free £10. And the way that match betting works is it takes advantage of these free offers. So you will play legitimately. This is all legitimate. There's nothing scammy about it. There's been write-ups about it in The Guardian, in Huffington Post, where they've done it for themselves and they've seen it's perfectly legit. The bookmakers are aware that it happened. They don't like it. They don't really like it, because you're basically taking advantage. Come out
real hard, Dessa.
When I choose for it to. So they don't know, they don't like it, but they know there's nothing they can really do about it. So the way that it works is, let's say, for example, Ladbrokes has an offer and they say, bet £10 and you'll get a free £10 to play with. So you will place your bet, let's say Arsenal versus Tottenham. I don't know anything about football, but let's say it's Arsenal versus Tottenham. You would place £10 on Arsenal to win, for example. That is the first part of the bet. You will also then place a second bet with a different bookmaker, which is usually Betfair, for Arsenal not to win. So if Arsenal win, you've got your £10, and if Arsenal don't win, so whether they lose or draw, your £10 is still safe, because you've placed bets in two different places. And then what happens, or you might make a very minor loss, I think. After you place your first bet, you will then unlock your free £10, because there was a condition, right? You have to spend £10 in order to get the free £10. So you've spent your £10 already, you've made a small loss of 26p, but you've unlocked this free £10. And this is where you take advantage of this offer, and this is where you make your money. So you then would place a second bet, similar to the first one. So let's say Arsenal are now going to play Chelsea, and you would place another £10 with Ladbrokes on Arsenal to win again. And again, you then place another bet on Betfair for Arsenal to not win. Either way, you're going to make money, because this time you're playing with the free £10 that you've been given. And on a £10 bet, it really depends, but on average you're probably going to make about £6 or £7. So you've played with £10 but you're now £6 up because you've taken advantage of this free £10 and made it work for you. And that's the long and short of it. Hey guys, okay, so I just wanted to very quickly just explain to you how match betting works. Right, you have to bear in mind though, I don't have an account anymore with Profit Accumulator because, like I said, we're abroad. It's really difficult to do abroad. So I'm going to show you the best way that I can, but unfortunately I was blocked from a few of the sites because I'm abroad. So I'm going to show it as the best way that I can. So once you sign into Profit Accumulator, they are currently offering a free trial where you could potentially make £45, taking advantage of their full site. So I definitely recommend that you take that up. So this is a Profit Accumulator odds matching page, and the way that it works is you will have to find the match that you are potentially interested in. So at the moment it's showing you 2 offers for free with Coral and Betfred. They are your bookmakers. So this is all that you will be able to see at the moment. But when you sign up fully and you're paying monthly, you'll be able to see every single bookmaker that's available on the site, which is over 100. Like I said, there's loads. So to start, you're going to select your event name and the bookie that you want to use. And you want to ideally find something that is really closely matched. Profit make it really easy for you to then give it a rating. And if it's really good, ideally you want something that's got a rating of about above 95%, because that means that when you do your first bet, you're going to limit how much money that you lose initially. Remember, we're going to make a small loss. So anything above 95%, I would say is good. Ideally, you want to aim for as close to 100% as possible, but 96% is pretty good. So we're going to look at this match. So it's Liverpool versus Southampton playing on the 1st of February, right? And you are going to sign up to Coral and you are going to bet for Liverpool to win. Right, so this is the bet for Liverpool to win, and you are going to use the odds of 1.29 for them to win with Coral, right? So if we go to Coral website now, you can see here they've got a new customer offer where if you bet £5, you will get 20. It's gone now, it's disappeared now. But yeah, there it showed you. Let's go back quickly. Yeah, when you bet £5, you will get a free £20 to play with. This is a really good offer because it means that actually when you get to the free, taking advantage of the free part of this £20, you should actually make about £15 profit, roughly. So this is a great offer. You only have to put up £5 of your own money and you will get a free £20 to play with. So £5 roughly, you bet your own £5. Like I said, you might lose that £5, make a very small loss. Overall, you're going to make about £15 on this offer. So you would sign up to Coral. I can't log into Coral because they blocked me because I'm abroad. So we're going to pretend, we're going to use Bet365, but we're going to pretend that this is Coral, right? And you're going to find the same match that we just talked about, right? Which was Liverpool versus Southampton. Here it is, right? And so we have these odds. There's different types of odds. So this is 1 means if you want to win, if you want the first team to win, Liverpool to win, it's 1. X means to draw. And 2 is for the other team to win. So that would be for Southampton to win. So we're looking at Liverpool to win. So we're going to click on that. It's 1.28 at the odds. I'm going to scroll up. Here's the, you can see 1.28 for Liverpool to win. If we go back, same 1.29. If we were on Coral, that would match. But obviously we're on Bet365 pretending, so it's slightly off. But let's pretend it says 1.29. So you make sure that the odds are the same on both pages, on Profit Accumulator and on Coral. Assuming they are the same, hold on to that page. We've got that there. And we're going to put £5. Yeah, we're going to use the calculator. we're going to use the calculator that that Profit Accumulator have, and we're going to bet £5. And the odds, remember we said it's 1.28. The lay odds are where you're going to place your second bet. So if we go back here, it told you the exchange, that's who you lay your second bet with. And that's who you're going to bet against Liverpool to win, right? So we're going to bet with Coral for Liverpool to win. We're going to bet with Betfair for Liverpool to not win. So they could draw and they could lose. And we're going to use Betfair to do that. And the lay odds are 1.32. So we're going to look for the same game. Here it is. Liverpool, Southampton. And we can see 1.32. It matches, right? Cool. Okay, so then what we do next is we go to the calculator. 1.28 are our back odds. Our lay odds, what we're going to lay with Betfair is 1.32. Most every exchange is different, but roughly it will be about 5%. So we're going to leave that for now, assuming it's 5%. And then what the calculator does for us, so this is the first bet we're making. So we leave this as a normal bet. What the calculator does for you is it tells you exactly how much you have to lay. So the lay bet is what you do with Betfair. And this is saying we have to lay 5.04. So that's the amount. You can highlight it, or it's got it there. You can copy it, and we can go here, and we're going to put in that amount, 5.04 exactly. The calculator tells you exactly what you have to do, and you just copy it, and you do exactly what the calculator tells you. And it says here there's a liability of 1.62. And so again, we want to just make sure that matches. Your liability will be 1.62, right? And so either way, if the bookmaker wins, the bookmaker is Coral. If Liverpool wins, as we predicted, we would make a small loss of 21 pence. If Liverpool does not win, if there's a draw, or if Southampton wins, you would make a small loss of 21 pence. So either way, whichever way the game goes, you make a small loss of your £5 of 21 pence. Okay, and then so all we would do is we would then place the bet with each company, right? So we place the bet with Coral, pretending this is Coral, and we then place the bet with Betfair. Cool. The match happens. Let's say you made your loss of 21 pence, right? Then all that's going to happen is you will unlock with Coral the free £20. They will then put £20 in your Coral account. And when you have the free £20, you're going to do the same thing again, right? The only difference with this time is we're going to look for higher odds. We want to make as much money as possible. So ideally, these are crazy high odds. We wouldn't play with anything like this. Ideally, you're looking for, I should narrow down by sport. Let's keep it with football. Football's like the easiest sport to focus on because it's not, so it's a lot more simpler. But ideally, you now want to look for events that have odds over 4%. So over 4%. But again, we want to still, I'm sorry, not 4%, over 4.00. But again, we want to make sure that these ratings are quite high as possible. So these are quite low. We wouldn't want something definitely over 90%. You can put it in, you can put filters in. I'm not going to do all of that now, but you can add your filters and set a minimum rating or a minimum odds that you want to use. And then let's say we're going to pretend, right? So you do basically exactly the same thing that you just did. We're going to change. All right, so now we are on to the second part. So you've unlocked your free £20 from Coral, right? After your first bet has been played. You've got £20 to play with now. So we're going to come back to the calculator and we're basically going to do the same thing again. So you've selected the match. You've got the odds and everything that you're looking at. Now we're going to use the calculator, but this time we're going to change this to free bet because you're playing with free money now, right? not your own. So you've got the £20 in your account. We're going to enter that into the calculator, and then let's pretend and say that the odds of our match is 4 with Coral, and we'll say it's 4.2 with Betfair, right? So you enter that information in. The calculator will do the work for you. You will play with your £20 on the Coral website, and on the Betfair website, you would be playing with £14.46, right? And so you're going to copy that amount and you're going to lay your bet. You're going to go back to Betfair and put in £14.46. And regardless of the way that the game goes, again, we can see if the match wins, let's say again, this time Liverpool were playing Chelsea. If Liverpool were to win and you place that bet with Coral, then you would have an extra, you would make £13.73. That would now appear inside your Coral account. And even if Liverpool lose or they draw, you would still get £13, but this time 74 pence. So either way, whichever way the game goes, you are now up £13.74. Okay, we've made a small loss. You've lost your £5 and whatever else it was, a tiny amount on top, but you've retained from the free money that they gave you, you've retained £13 of it. So you are now up £13. Yeah, you've retained 68% of the free £20 that they've given you. Yeah, and that's basically it. So you can see, like I said, this offer with Coral is just one offer. There are loads. So like I said, if you can imagine, if you signed on to every single bookmaker that appeared, and they were each offering at least a free £20, you can imagine how quickly you can rack up money. And like I said, Profit Accumulator is fantastic. They are amazing. They give you step-by-step guide on how to actually use the site. So they have tutorials, and their tutorials are literally step by step. I will just go here so you can see literally introduction, your first step, step 1, step 2, step 3. They show you exactly what to do and make it super easy for you. There's all sorts of tips and everything, and how you should do it. And they even have a video as well if you feel you're still struggling. I love Profit Accumulator. It's fantastic. You can't see it here, I don't think, but they also even have an amazing forum where they show you how you can make £1,000 a month doing this. I wish I could do it. I can't, because obviously we're abroad and I'm blocked from so many different sites, and VPNs don't work abroad for some of these sites. But yeah, I definitely would recommend it if you're looking for a really quick way to make some money. Profit Accumulator and match betting is the way to do it. I do have an affiliate link for this, so if you decide that you'd like to try match betting, then please use my link below and support me in this. And I hope it's been helpful. And if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to know, let me know down below, and I'll be happy to answer everything the best of my knowledge. If I can't answer it, I'm sure it's on the Profit Accumulator website. It's a fantastic site to use. But yeah, that's it. Happy match betting. There's over 100 bookmakers. So imagine doing this technique alone for every single bookmaker. And I've only mentioned, say, £10. Some of them have bet £20 and you get free £20. Some have bet £50 and you get free £100. Like, the amounts vary. So the minimum you could make, even if you just did one offer from every single bookmaker, is probably at least £600. And that's what I did. In the first 6 weeks of doing it, I made £600. And I remember when it was you that actually introduced match betting to me. You didn't have time to do it, but you introduced it to me. And I'm like, nah. I thought it was a scam. I was like, nah, that can't work. That can't be legit. Babe, that can't be legit. That doesn't work. That can't be legal, no way. And then that's why I read the Guardian article on it, I read the Huffington Post, I watched YouTube videos on it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is real. And then did it for myself. And you can do, I invite you to do the same. But if you're like, it is, I would say, one of the fastest ways that I've ever made money online.
Yeah.
Because it just, like, literally the offers, they pile at you there, and I'm going to introduce you through a link below. There's a platform that helps you to do this, because it's not necessarily easy, but if you do it step by step, there's no way you can way you can go wrong.
Follow the steps.
Follow the steps, and you'll be perfect every time, and you can never lose. You can make mistakes, you can get it wrong. I have done that before, but I think I probably lost in the whole time that I was match betting, what, £20? I probably lost about £20, £30, and I made a couple thousand doing it. I would still be doing it now, but
VPN in it.
Doing it abroad is it's complicated. You can't really do it abroad. But so there's a platform that I love to use called Profit Accumulator, and they break down the steps for you. Every single offer, they give you a list of all the offers that are in existence, and they take you step by step. Literally, step 1, sign up. Step 2, enter this code. Step 3, and they literally break it down for you. It's super easy. If I remember,
the steps.
Yeah, as long as you follow the steps, you'll be good. They have videos as well, so it's really simple to do. As far as I'm aware, I will double check and confirm below. They usually offer a free trial for like a week, where you could potentially make £45 for free. And then after that, to stay signed up, because you need to be signed up to a platform to do this, to know how to work out the steps, ideally. I recommend Profit Accumulator. I've tried 2 different platforms. I prefer Profit Accumulator. They're really clear. They break everything down really nicely. Like I said, they have the videos as well. It costs, to be a part of Profit Accumulator, it costs about £17 a month. But like I said, when you've got the potential to make £600 in 6 weeks, what is £17? Like you way more than make your money back. They even have a forum where they have, it's titled how to make like £1,000 a month, or how to make £500 a month. And they show you the exact offers you need to do in order to make £1,000 every single month. And there are people in that thread. You can follow the thread, and people are doing it. People are making more. There are some people in those threads making £3,000–4,000 every month. Like, people are like paying debt, going on holidays, quitting jobs, doing match betting. Like, when you get into it, it's crazy. I honestly wish we had discovered it earlier. But yeah, we got into it so late, and then we left the UK, and like I said, you can't really do it abroad. I've tried a VPN. It works for some sites. Some other sites are a lot cleverer than that, and they kind of, you know, they can discover you and see that you're using a VPN. Too complicated. So you need to be based in the UK in order to do this opportunity. But yeah, for those of you that are looking for like a really quick way to turn around some money, like if you want a quick £1,000, match betting.
Standard.
So yeah, that's my recommendation for you. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. We've got loads more things coming. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Let us know if there's anything else you want to see.
Me no like likes.
No, I like likes.
Me no like likes.
Likes are cool.
Likes not cool.
I don't mind likes.
And not everybody are gonna like we.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not saying that.
Me no like likes.
I don't mind likes. Likes help us to know that you like the content.
Comment.
Comments are better. Comments are definitely better.
Talk to me. Talk to me. She go reply still because I'm a bit too. Just talk. If you like the thing, tell me say you like the thing.
What he said.
Then we can actually make more like this and give you more details into the things that we do. If you don't say you like it, we ain't gonna put this up anymore or something like this anymore. So yo, comment.
I don't know about what he just said, but anyway. Anyway, great to see you guys again. Take care.
Peace! And I do peace like this because if I think about it.
Alright.